The House will be in order. The chair lays before the House a communication from the Speaker.
The Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C., June 21, 2024. I hereby appoint the Honorable Larry Bucshon to act as Speaker pro tempore on this day. Signed, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
The prayer will be offered by Chaplain Kibben.
Would you pray with me? Holy God, in these days when competition seems to overpower cooperation, when enmity appears to undermine amity, we pray your forbearance and ask your forgiveness. Open our hearts and inspire us to bless those who have taken sides against us. Rather than cursing under our breath those who seem to persecute us at every turn, may we take the better part and pray your blessing on them. In this simple action, may we see all our moments, the good and the bad, the rewarding and the challenging, as opportunities to be faithful to and glorify you. As only you can, transform our inclination to take offense into motivation, to make amends with those with whom you have called us to live, work, and serve. To your unmerited mercy we are all beholden. To your incomprehensible grace do we cling this day. And in your loving name we offer ourselves and our prayers. Amen.
Pursuant to Section 3Z of House Resolution 5, the Journal of the Last Day's Proceedings is approved. The chair will lead the House in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The chair announces the Speaker's reappointment pursuant to Section 703 of the Social Security Act, 42 U.S.C. 903, and the order of the House of January 9, 2023, of the following individual on the part of the House to the Social Security Advisory Board for a term of 6 years.
Ms. Nancy Altman of Bethesda, Maryland.
The chair lays before the House a communication.
The Honorable the Speaker, House of Representatives, sir, pursuant to the permission granted in Clause 2H of Rule 2 of the Rules of the U.S. House of Representatives, the clerk received the following message from the Secretary of the Senate on June 20th, 2024 at 4:26 p.m. that the Senate agrees to the House of Representatives amendments to the bill, Senate 870, that the Senate passed Senate 1987, Senate 3960, that the Senate passed without amendment H.R. 1240, Appointments, Board of Visitors of the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. Signed sincerely, Kevin F. McCumber, Acting Clerk.
The chair lays before the House the following enrolled bill.
H.R. 2365, an act to direct the Secretary of Health and Human Services to carry out a national project to prevent, diagnose, treat, and cure Parkinson's, to be known as the National Parkinson's Project, and for other purposes.
Pursuant to Section 3Z of the House Resolution 5, the House stands adjourned until noon on Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, for morning hour debate and 2 p.m. for legislative business.